Hi everyone, it's Sarah. Welcome to another card making video. Earlier this week I posted this little turkey card that I made. Isn't he just absolutely adorable? And I didn't want to make the same card for my video as the turkey, so what I've decided to do is kind of turn the turkey into a snowman. So let's go ahead and get started. First, what you're going to need is your base for your card, and I'm using Whisper White, and this is cut at 8 by 3 1/4, and then I'm just going to fold it in half, just like that. So now for his hat, you need a piece of black cardstock cut at 2 by 3 1/4, and a strip of basic black cut at 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to attach my my hat right to the top of my cardstock, however tall you think that you want your hat. So I think that looks good for my hat right there. And then a way that you can tell too is, put your strip on there like that, and then you can see how tall it is. So I think that that looks real good. So I'm going to take my snail and I'm just going to rub it on my base card. And then I'm just going to put it down just like that. And then I'm going to take my strip and run it right there on the seam of my hat. And then get this center. And there you go. There is my snowman's hat and my snowman's blank face. So now what I'm going to do to decorate my snowman is I'm going to take my 1-inch circle punch and a piece of basic black cardstock, and I'm going to punch out 2 circles. And those are going to be for my eyes. And then I'm going to take the 1-inch circle punch again, and I'm going to take my Whisper White cardstock and cut 1 circle out. Now with this one, I'm going to take my paper trimmer, and I'm going to line my circle up right at the bottom there, so it fits right in that groove right there. And then that way I can tell that when I make my cut, they're even, because we all know me and I don't ever get things even unless I measure them. So then I'm going to take my white moon shape, and these are going to be for the eyelids of my eyes. And I'm going to put them down there. I don't want to put them all the way down because I don't want him to look really like he's sleeping. So I'm going to put them 3/4 of the way down. But you can put them however you want. Maybe your snowman is sleeping. 'Tis the season. People are tired. I know I am. Alright, so there's my snowman with his eyes. Just like that. So now for his carrot nose, I'm going to use the Petite Penance Builder and a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock. And I'm just going to cut that little triangle out right there. Like that. And I'm going to put that kind of on an angle like that. And there we go. Perfect. Stick these down. I just love making little people or animals with punch art. I love punch art. I think that what you can do with punches is amazing and so adorable. Alright, stick his nose on there. There we go. So now I'm going to take the Itty Bitty Punch set, and with this set you get 3 punches, and I'm going to use the circle out of that. And I'm going to take my basic black cardstock again, and I'm going to punch about 6 circles out. And this is what I'm going to use to make his mouth. So 4, 5, 6. And then I'm just going to kind of position them on there where I think that they should be. There we go. That's going to be good. All right. Sometimes it's hard to get this snail on there. You could use your Tumbo glue too, that might work a little better for these little pieces. I normally say, oh, I'm going to use the snail to save time for the video. Not really saving a lot of time today. Alright, let me get those guys on there. Just like that. There. Alright, that looks good. There. So now, to decorate his hat a little bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 1 3/4 scallop circle punch and a piece of scrap real red cardstock. Ooh. And so I don't want to just put this flower on top like that. I think that that's a little flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and put it in the middle, and then I'm just going to crumple the flower up around my finger. Kind of all different directions, because I want it to look, you know, weathered. There we go. Open it up, and it's, you know, you could even just crumple it after you kind of get that base circle in the middle. There we go, just like that. So then I'm going to take one of my antique brads and my paper piercing tool. And then I'm just going to punch a hole. Oops, sorry about that. Gotta find my mat. Right in the middle of the flower. There we go. Stick that in there. And then fold the flower up again. There we go. Take a dimensional. Peel the back off. And I think that looks good for my snowman. There we go. So now, just to still add another little something, I'm going to take my white gel pen and I'm just going to do the fox stitching all around his hat. And this will just give it a nice little extra touch. And the one thing that I love about fox stitching is that it doesn't have to be perfect. I never measure where my stitches are, you know, supposed to be or anything like that. I just kind of, you know, do it where I think it looks good. And there we go. Get some down here at the bottom. And then right here at the top. And there you go. There is my, oh, let's put a little thing right there too on his eyes. There. Now, there is my holiday snowman. Isn't he cute? Well, thanks for stopping by today, and until next time, happy inking!